morning. Buenos dias, my beautiful people. How are we doing? Welcome to another Chimi's Creative Club. Let me know if you can hear me. Good morning. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Renee. Thank you for being here. So excited. Good morning, Terry. Oh my God, my beautiful mods are here. Hello, Magic. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me okay. If I can just get a cartwheel or whatever emoji in the chat, that would be fabulous. So let me know. Good morning. Hello, everyone. So today we are going to finish our final installation of the I series. And I cannot even tell you how excited I am about it because looking back at what we've created is kind of out of control. So just again, where we started, this was the inspo, the original inspo. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I see you. Hello, hello. This is what we did together, okay? And last but not least, this is from the underworld, just kidding. This is what we're gonna be completing today. So I am so excited. Like, it is kind of bittersweet, I'm not gonna lie, just because, you know, when you see things and they grow and then they come to a full completion, it's just like, oh, you know, but it's fine, it's great, it's gonna be beautiful. Oh, and PS, because your girl always is multitasking, it's the ADHD. I made a sourdough loaf today and it came out very cute. And I have it here cooling. Look at this, look at that spring. Granted, it could rise a little bit more, but you know what? She's cute. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that golden color. Stop. Electric ovens, PS, are the worst for bread. So a way to hack it, if let's say you have an electric oven, is to add ice cubes and to spray the top of your loaf before it goes into the oven. So that way it can kind of create a nice crust. I'm leaving it alone because she needs to chill, but you know I'm going to have a piece of that later with some very good Kerrygold butter. And then for our beveragino of choice, everyone, I have an iced double shot espresso from my Nespresso people. A little bit of almond milk, a splash of whole milk, you know, just for a little extra something. And then some vanilla cold foam from Trader Joe's. So let's try it. We got a straw today. Divino per usual. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get started because we need to definitely finish this painting. So let me just adjust myself a little bit. You're not going to see the whole thing, that's fine, but you can kind of see me work a little bit. But you know, the setup is just giving. We're working with it. Okay. How is everyone doing today? I don't know what I just did, but I can't see nothing now. Wait, no, I see it now. Okay. I press buttons when I'm moving things. So let's do this. All right. It's giving. It's giving. It's going to work today. And PS, if you can tell, I'm a little tanned. The colors are not matching, but that's fine. Don't judge me. It's fine. The reason why is because, you know, we are very fortunate and blessed to have like a little pool here. So we've been going to the pool for like an hour because I am not trying to burn to a crisp, honey. Absolutely not. We're trying to still keep the skin, you know, youthful and happy. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do. So anyway, let's keep it going. Let me just say hi to everybody in the chat. Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Thank you for being here. Buenos dias. So let's get started. I need my colors. So I know we used the scarlet red, which I'm also going to get again. And PS, I should have done a paint peeling ASMR because this morning I was just like, every single piece of paint. Oh, it was so satisfying. I love to see it. And that's the best we're going to do. Okay. I am not doing anything else. So we're going to do some scarlet red. I think we also did some crimson last time. So I'm going to grab that too and put it right next to that one. I'll show you my little dollops. And we also did that. What was it? What weren't these called full body? They were like shady to the paint colors, you know? Mr. Rose Matter, yes. Heavy body, not full body, heavy body. We're shady, okay? We're very shady this morning. Okay, so now for the greens. Let's get these greens out of here. Where are you? Let me see. Did we do, no, I don't think we did light sap green. We did pale green maybe? We did emerald because it didn't look like emerald. I remember that. Why are you shading my birthstone, Emerald? You don't even look like it. And then we're going to do, we'll do some pale green. Why not? Add a little bit of pale green. And we want that dark green too, which is, what in the Greek mythology is this word? Pithalo green? Pithalo? Pithalo? Honey, did I even open it? No, I didn't. So that means it's not getting used. We are not doing that, okay? Sorry to tell you. Pithalo green, whatever your name is. Light sap, we'll stick to that. Okay, yes, we opened her last time. You're welcome. There you go. Okay, so now we got our light sap, and then of course we need our titanium white. Babalina Rosalina has checked in. Okay, and here's what I was thinking while I was looking at all of these gorgeous eyeballs. There's a lot of orange and yellow going on with the petalage, right? So I kind of feel like we should kind of stick to that. So you see how like the yellows are very prominent here and the oranges, and then we kind of have that here. I think we can kind of tie all three paintings by doing the same thing and adding, you know, the yellows and the oranges as well. So I'm going to separate that. We'll do some lemon yellow since we're going to be working on the petals for this one. And then we're going to get straight into what we're going to talk about today. Let me just get set up because I didn't do that before. My daughter needed to get her hair done before class. It's her last class today. So, you know, there we go. And then we'll do some orange. Although, who knows what two colors make orange? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat if you know what two colors make orange. Where's Miss Life Artist? Because we are going to talk about Miss Life Artist today. Let's see. Let's see who knows. Who knows what two colors make orange? Although I am going to still use this one. Period, Miss Renee. Yes. Red and yellow, red and yellow. Yes. Red and yellow make orange. Yes. Excellent. All right. I don't know where this accent came from. Maybe because I took French for like 4 years in high school and can barely get a bonjour to save my life, honey. Okay. Yes. Rojo y amarillo. Yes. Period. Okay. So let's get started. I got my caparino. Okay, with some agua. The cat is awake. He seems to be wanting to go into the bedroom, which I think is a great idea. Yes. Keep it moving. Don't stare. Oh, no, he came back. He's looking over here now. Oh, he's going to grab a snack. That's fine. Not getting distracted. We have our plate with our paper towel. We have all of our colors nicely displayed. Look at that. Mira eso, que cute. And we have our brusherinos and our beveragino. Okay, so let's get started. So first and foremost, before I forget, I am going to add to the chat a link because our dear friend Life Artist is transitioning right now into a new phase into her life. And she is raising funds according to, actually her friend put this GoFundMe together for her. So I am always here to encourage anyone who is choosing themselves and is moving on with their lives and doing what's best for them. So hopefully it's loading right now. The link is loading. So I'm going to leave it in the chat. So for anyone who is able to, I don't know why it's saying I'm having trouble. Listen, we pay good money for internet. Okay, Verizon. Yes. You better put my link in the chat. Stop playing with me. Otherwise, if you don't see it in the chat, oh, there it is. So I think there's a way for me to pin it or star it. So let me see. It says delete comment or wait, what happened to it? Oh, there it is. One of them said delete comment or something like that. Wait, no, not Renee. Hold on. Sorry, my love. There we go. Okay. So beautiful. Thank you. Because, you know, Verizon's trying to play with me today. So if you're able to donate to her and her endeavors and what she's trying to do, please go read her story. It's really awesome. The cat just meowed. He agrees. Listen, I cannot open the door. I'm live, my love. You are not choosing violence today. Okay. We're not doing that. Okay. I need you. Yes. Go to the kitchen. Go stare out the window. Okay. Gracias. So yeah. So if you're able to, please go read her story. Her friend put a beautiful story together for her. I'm always here to encourage people, and Life Artist has always, I mean, listen, I would not have completed this well if it wasn't for y'all and Life Artist. She came in clutch with the color contrast. So I'm here to support her in any way and anyone else too. So yeah, please, if you're able to, please donate. This will be for her. And if she's able to make it in, great. And if not, we love you, Miss Life Artist. We're here for you, whatever you need, girl. And let's get started. So we need to make some brancherinos, okay? Oh, and I need black for the pupil. Hold on, here it is. So thank you. Oh my God, stop it. I just tried. Listen, we all, as females, and just in general, since we are going to talk about the divine feminine today, because let me tell you, I went down a rabbit hole, and today is the 13th. So if you would have seen my posts on my community post, I think that's what it's called. I said number 13. And the reason why is number 13 is the number of Mary Magdalene. So let me tell you, honey, I went down the rabbit hole when it came to Miss Mary Magdalene. And it was probably one of the most enlightening things that I've seen in a very long time. Just because, like, I think that history has kind of demonized the feminine in so many ways. And last I heard, honey, Miss Mary Magdalene was the one who came in clutch when it came to seeing Jesus rise from the dead and was one of his faves. I'm not gonna lie, she was the only female and one of his faves. And Mr. Peter, okay, who thought he thought very hard that she was here on some plotting, whatever it is. No, sir. She was a fave because she got it. She understood what Jesus was saying. Okay. And unlike you, Peter, and it's no shade, don't come for me, she didn't have to institutionalize the teachings of Jesus Christ. But you did. You were made the head boss in charge, honey. Okay. I just did the pupil PS with round number 7. And we're going to put her off to the side because you completed your job to do a circle. Thank you. So let's get in with these branches. So what am I feeling for these branches? I don't know. I got to think about it. Well, let's start with green and see where we're at. So yeah, like I was just like going down the rabbit hole with Mary Magdalene and the Gnostic religion and just basically the beginning of Christianity and how what modern day Christianity is today is nothing like what it was intended to be. And how the feminine got demonized immediately just because the feminine decided that she was very intuitive, she understood the mission. And what's upsetting about it is how Christianity then became something that was for profit. If you think about it, like in order for you to get to heaven, you had to be, donating to the church and doing whatever else you needed to do to get there. And the whole purpose of what Jesus was teaching us wasn't that. So I went down that rabbit hole and I was just like, in general, I've just kind of been feeling like the feminine energy, the divine feminine, has always been kind of disregarded and hasn't had a voice. So why is that? Why is it that even though we're blessed with a womb and we bring these men onto this earth, okay, where are our stories? And why is it everything that she's a whore or, she's something else? I don't understand. I don't understand. And I don't like that at all. Like, I feel very offended, very disturbed that this is the narrative. And, you need women and men together, period. I don't care how you want to slice, dice, say whatever. You have to have men and women together. That's without a doubt. So leaving out her story and automatically demonizing her gives me pause because I'm like, look, I understand that, you have an issue, but I also don't understand it at the same time because imagine Listen, who el diablo, whoever, I rebuke in the name of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, okay? I see you. You see, when you start doing things and you start talking about things that push buttons, that's when, God is like, listen, I'm going to let you talk, but these other people, they don't want you speaking on it. So guess what? I'm going to keep talking. Sorry. And P.S. I'm doing the branches in this dark green with my Filbert number 8. Okay. And thank you for being, I don't know what's going on, but listen, we're not going to let it stop us. So yeah, like I was just very upset about this whole situation because I'm like, as a female, there's already so many issues because of the generational like brainwashing of people believing that the female isn't anything and all we are is to produce heirs, children, etc. And we are so much more than that. So I have a really big problem with just allowing that to continue to be a narrative, especially as a mom to a daughter. Like, why is it that because of how she was born or who she is in a position that's already at a handicap because of her gender? Like, but history has shown us that. And I think that what we're witnessing now, because look, everything I'm talking about right now isn't new. Okay. Like, people have been trying to figure out why, when we look at the Bible, why we look at certain texts throughout history, the feminine has always been silenced, even though she's needed in order for life to exist on earth. So a lot of people have done tons of research, and I'm new to all of this. So I will preface this by saying that this is just only my opinion based on the little knowledge that I've acquired. It isn't a lot. So I'm just, sharing what I've learned thus far, which isn't much. I actually have a book coming in today, I think, specifically about Mary Magdalene being number 13. And also too, like, if these texts also tell us that, for example, Mary was chosen to be there when Christ rose from the dead, you would think that's like the biggest privilege of all time, right? Like, you're watching your teacher rise from the dead, and it's like, that's not gifted to just everyone. No wonder they came after her. You know what I'm saying? No wonder that they were being shady towards our girl, Miss Mary, because like she was gifted with an opportunity to see something so miraculous, but also to see that death isn't the end. Death is just merely a transition. And that's something that a lot of us, obviously to lose people is difficult. I'm not going to say that it's not, but it makes sense why, for her, a part of her teachings and what she knew was that death is a transition. So he wasn't dead. It's just he transitioned to the next realm. And that's something that she observed. So it's just so upsetting to know that like all these guys, she's the only female. And they, there's stories that allegedly like that was Jesus's girl, and that's fine. But she represented the divine feminine. So right now we're at a point in history where we have a lot of big decisions to make, in the sense that where we are going as a collective is starting to, like, our world is separating. And by that, I mean is that the divisiveness that's occurring is just separating who's ready to evolve and who's ready to stay stagnant. Because let me tell you something. I said this in my last short. I don't know where you're going, but I know where I'm going. And it's not going to be here. No, not going to be here. So my goal with this is to hopefully inspire all of you to come where I'm going, which is a heavenly place. Yes. And that, you evolve past what's here, because it's not, Earth is a school, right? And a lot of what we were born into is to believe that this is it, right? And then after this, life doesn't go on. It sure does. And to me, life ends when your faith in something higher than you, whether it's the universe, I say God first. Like the universe, yes, I understand, but the universe has a lot of very suspicious characters. And we can all agree that God is one. So I'm not calling God the universe, respectfully. If that's what you believe, that's great. But like for me personally, like I'm like God first, okay? The universe after, because you know there are some benevolent creatures that lurk in the skies, okay? Or wherever it is that they are. And then, you know, everything else falls after that. But I say all this to say that, you know, I'm trying to help in my own way by empowering specifically the feminine as a female to remember who you are. And in my opinion, the divine feminine, Christ consciousness, the return of Christ comes through the divine feminine. So that's what I mean. Are we ready to step into our power? Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go to church, be a Christian, be a Muslim, be whatever it is. Even the term Christ consciousness is, in my opinion, not exclusive to just Christianity. Yes, it's Christian, but in terms of like it being like you have to convert to be a Christian to follow it, no, I don't believe that. I believe that no matter what we've been told in all of our religions has been hijacked, has been reworked, has done something crazy. I don't know. You know, I don't agree with it, but it was made for profit. Because if you think about it, that's the issue I have with Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter was made head of the state of the church, right? And I'm like, not Peter and the religion hierarchies monetizing off of Christ's teachings. They literally made a business off of like holiness. Literally, like if you think about it, it's a scam. Because if the teaching was the kingdom of heaven lies within, why are we going to the church when we are the church? Excuse me? Like, why are we giving, you know, back in the 1300s, people are like, oh, in order for you to go to heaven, you have to pay your way there. But you don't take those coins with you. So why are we, what? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? It seems like I did. So with that, me no like it. Okay. So my cat, yo, you really want to just announce that you're here. If you want to announce it, we see you. He right now is on top of all of the, you know, I'm not even going to say anything because, you know, he knows. He has to know that he's not supposed to be there, but he knows that I know that he's there and he's waiting for me to do something. You know what? I'm going to let you rock. That's it. You're not going to get, you are not raising my cortisol levels today. Absolutely not. That's a no from me, dog. Cat. Okay. So let's show where we are so far with these brancholinos. Anyway. Got some branches. Yes. I feel like adding a few more to kind of really encompass this eye with my filbert brush. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep adding a little bit more. And then we're going to lighten it up too, so we have some more contrast. But yeah, so I don't know, you guys, like, I'm so over this whole thing, you know, like there's so many things going on that we don't know about, so much information that's gate kept, so much that we've been duped about, like just knowing. And quite frankly, I'm just sick of it. That if our choices have been robbed, we've been duped into believing certain things. Like what, like we said last time, what are we going to do about this? Because I personally am tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing all of this nonsense towards women, especially us being treated a certain way. And I'm not on some, you know, I'm not going to say feminist, because I do think that at some point the feminists had the right idea, but it turned into something that it wasn't supposed to be, in my opinion. It kind of became a movement of the liberation comes with opening your vessel, your body, to just about anyone. And wow. El Diablo's working today. My love, I cannot help you. I cannot help you right now. You know what? I'm going to open the door. I'm going to let you rock. I'm going to open the door just for you. Oh, please hold while I do that. Okay. Let me go do this really quickly. I'll BRB. 1 second. I'm back. Let me just make sure that my boy is staring out the window and leaving me alone. Por favore. Please. You good? Okay, no sounds. I can return. Let me tell you something. He's a Sphinx cat, and Sphinx cats are already naked, right? So he's always cold. And now with the summer, we have the AC on, we have the fan on. So like he can't really get his body temperature adjusted appropriately. So he'll try to find like places when he feels like it, obviously in the most inopportune times, to go into like the office space because there's no AC in there, to go into the bedroom. Usually he'll just like make a tunnel of love and go in there and stay cozy on the bed. But today is just one of those days. So anyway, Miss Life Artist, you're here. Hello, darling. Welcome, welcome. Listen, we plugged in your GoFundMe and also it's in the description box. So I've just told everyone to please go to that page to read your story and that we're here for you, whatever you need. We love you. And of course, I'm always so grateful that you're here every Saturday with me. So I'm just very grateful for you. And I hope everything turns out. I'm not going to say hope. It will turn out amazing. And Miss Melanie, how are you? Hello. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So we're just talking. We're just kiiiiing about Mary Magdalene, how the church has lied, has erased the divine feminine, and how Christ consciousness, in my opinion, returns when the divine feminine awakens. Because if we've been basically eradicated from history, it only makes logical sense that once we decide that it's like no more, we're waking up, we're speaking facts and we're speaking truth, that's when everything can fully manifest. Because in my opinion, and just how life is, it's a duality, right? You need your yin and your yang. And we've been too dominant in one energy for too long, in the masculine, and not even a divine masculine. We got Jezebel, okay? We got Jezebel. We got Jezebel through the male form of these like low vibrational men. A lot of people on the DL, okay? A lot of that. A lot of just, suspicious characters pretending that they want to be with you, but they don't because they really want to be you. And just the erasure of like what it means to be a woman. And like, you think about it and it's like, y'all want to be women, but y'all also simultaneously want to erase us. So which one is it? You want the perks of wearing a cute look, honey? You want this blouse? Wear the blouse. But you cannot take away 100% certified organic, okay? Divine feminine, okay? We're not doing that. So anyway, for the people who just entered the chat, I am just adding some branches in a darker color. We're going to lighten those up. Just added a few more because, again, I love this whole, like, it looks like the veins in our eyes, but it's also the branches, and it's kind of like encompassing, holding our, very alien-esque eye in the sky. You know what I mean, okay? So now with that said, let's go ahead with some lighter greens to really bring out these branches. And then, Miss Life Artist, since you're here, I was thinking, since you gave me the idea to do the orange last time, maybe we add the orange and the yellows to this one to kind of tie all the flowers together. Yes, I think it could be a thing. It could be a move. We're going to try, and it's going to be amazing. All right. And if anything, we can always paint over it if we hate it. So I'm going to get a little sipperino again. I know Miss Boston Brandy's here. Listen, Miss Boston Brandy said she wishes I was her neighbor. Listen, first of all, me being a neighbor with Miss Boston Brandy, we would be kikiing with margaritas in hand, going down all the conspiracy rabbit holes. Okay, that's exactly what we would be doing. And then I would tell Miss 808 to come. I would fly up, I would fly up Terry and Renee to come too, because it would just be all of us working together to like expose all the things that are wrong in the world. That one is hitting today. That cold foam, Trader Joe's vanilla cold foam is pretty good. I don't know what they put in that thing. We're all gonna die anyway. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with my lighter color green, the Dique Emerald. Okay, mira, so look at this. Well, how is that emerald? This one right here. That looks like jade, in my opinion. Okay, but we're gonna go and start, yes, brightening all of our branches a bit and just highlighting so that we can see some more detail of like how all these gorginas are working together. There we go. She's very cute already. I'm telling you right now. Oh, she's inspired. So Filbert is really putting in work. You know, we like Mr. Filbert. He's putting in lots of work. And look, speaking of Filbert, not that I know you, Filbert, but you know, you've come in handy plenty of times on this channel. But what I will say is that, yes, we have been in a position where as a society, we have been too masculine dominant and the feminine has kind of been stepped on. And I'm tired of it because you know what? We have a purpose to be here too. And it's time for us to rise above and start making things happen. In my opinion. Like, why are we allowing this narrative to continue? It only continues if we allow it. So it's time for women to step into their power. And what does that mean? Well, I think it starts with, how are you supporting other females? Right? How are you uplifting your fellow sister? Are you being a hater? Are you elevating her? Are you competing with her? Because let me tell you something. To be a divine feminine knows her power. You don't got to rob it, steal it, or do any of that from anyone else. So if that's the case, how are you showing up as a divine feminine to uplift the other divine feminines, especially if you're a mom of daughters or of a daughter? How are you doing that? What are you teaching? What are you passing down to your daughter to let her understand that she's fully in her power, or to let her be in her power? That's my question. So, for example, what I've decided with this channel is that the feminine archetype, the woman, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a divine woman, those are big topics that are interesting to me. And as a female in this space, you know, I'm not trying to like, you know, make it into, you know, a spiritual thing in the sense of like, this is what I believe. Like, look, I'm dressed in like a corporate top, honey. I'm not doing the head wrap and all this extra stuff. Like, you know, like, and it's no shade to people like that, but I feel like new age spirituality and even like the way certain people, like there's like a type, right? Like, it's a certain look, it's a certain vibe. And this isn't about look, or it's more about vibe than it is about look. It's like, how are we showing up as better people, fulfilling what our purpose is as what we were designed as? And for me as a female, that's all I can really relate to, right? Like, I can talk about the feminine because I am one, and the struggles of that, but also how we don't allow the struggle to be the defining factor of how we show up or lack thereof. Like, just because we have it quote unquote harder doesn't mean that you have to keep allowing it to be a reason why you're stuck in that mentality. I'm trying to get unstuck from that. I'm trying to do less excuses, less BS, and let's get to work. What do we need to do? How do we uplift each other? How do we become better people? I don't have that answer because it's going to look different for all of us because we're all coming from different experiences, different environments. We all have different struggles, right? But I do think that the matriarch, what it is to be the matriarch, what it is to be the feminine, is having its moment right now. And we're being called to step into that power and be able to bring forth the changes that are needed for us to be able to, like, finally have our voices be heard in a way that doesn't have to be met with war and aggression. Because all we do here, I mean, when we let certain men, and it's not all of them, but certain men for this amount of time that we've been on earth collectively, and also like for generations upon generations, everything is war and destruction. And that's not what God wanted. Jesus didn't say that. Oh, in order for you to show that you're a good Christian, you need to go take over somebody else's land. When? Show me where it says that. And why are we blindly believing that that's the way? If anything, it's saying we have to come together with men to be able to be in our divine highest purpose in order for us to manifest the heaven on earth that's internal externally. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And you know what? I don't really like saying that because I feel like it's like, does that make sense? I don't know. It kind of sounds like so like obnoxious sometimes. So I apologize. I don't mean it in that way, but it's more like, you know what I mean? Like, how are we coming up? How are we showing up to be better versions of ourselves so that we can get done what needs to get done? Because right now it's a war on the truth. And the truth is, Mary Magdalene was number 13. Like, stop playing with me. The feminine matters. The feminine energy matters. I don't care what anybody says. That matters. So men have to step up to their part too and understand and respect that. We have a lot of men like man-child, but you know what? Some of us females also enable that. Yep. I see it on the daily. I used to do it. Oh, but you know, he went through. Okay. Yes, it's valid that he went through blah, blah, blah. Okay. But you know what else is valid? Healing, doing better, showing up better, treating your counterpart with respect. The sanctity of marriage, the triangle, okay? God and the two of y'all, right? That triangle, that pyramid, it starts with the two of you being on the same level and putting all of that power energy to God. And no, I'm not doing no Rockefeller. Okay, we don't do that. I rebuke respectfully. Is not, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. But it's that. It's the triangle. It's knowing that it's male, female, or, you know, nowadays, whatever you embody, that's your business. That's between you and the Lord and God at top, because that's what keeps you centered and grounded and together. We've lost that. Right now, it's like kind of like inverted to some degree, right? And if it's inverted, instead of this pointing up, it's pointing down to El Diablo. That's what's really happening. Tell me I'm wrong. Sound off. Tell me that I'm wrong when it comes to that. And then if you think about it, because of that, the rates of divorce are high. People aren't as invested in really appreciating or valuing what marriage means. Husbands think that, you know, a wife is only meant to be in the kitchen and doing all the responsibilities without also having a life. And granted, look, I'm the feminine that loves to be in the kitchen, and I love to be a mother. I love to be the typical, stereotypical, traditional female. That's me. I enjoy it. It's what I like to do. I'm not trying to say that it's the right way, the wrong way, etc. but it's something that I do enjoy. I love it, but I also am given the opportunity to have it in such a way where, like, I also have a life. I'm doing YouTube at 10 in the morning, 10:40, right? So there is an understanding of what works for you and your partner and your husband or whoever you choose to be with, where you're allowed to exist as you came here to be without that being compromised because of societal norms or standards that were set by people who benefit off of you forgetting who you are or what you came here to do. We can teach that, because you know what? You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility to learn it. Just because people refuse to open their eyes to disrupt their comfort doesn't mean that others aren't ready to make that change, because they might look at their child and be like, you know what, I don't want you to be doing this. I want you to live your life. I want you to have a better opportunity than I did. And you know what, that very much is possible. I kind of feel like I'm doing that now. I'm like, my child is definitely, I think about her every time. I'm like, I want her to feel like she matters here, that she is here to do something. And we're going to facilitate whatever it takes to be able to give her that opportunity. So if it means that we make choices that are not really understood by everyone, then so be it. It's not for you. That's what works for us. And remember, like, how many of you can remember, like, back in the day, like, I used to hate this, to be honest. Like, and hate is a strong word, but it is true. I just despise this so much. You would go to, like, the supermarket or to, like, your bodega, and there would be like a Cosmo magazine, and it's like, how to get him to like you. How to get him to like you, or like, what's a turnoff? What's this? Like, if he does this, it's that. And it's like, why are these females who aren't in the position to be at their highest vibration telling me how to be or not to be? It's like, it's the contradiction. You see how all these celebrities, like, for example, Beyonce, oh, the single ladies. You're not even single. Why don't you be like inspiring, like maybe find your person? Like, what happened to love? Like, even Ciara, like, everybody came for her because she's like happily married with what's his name, Russell or whatever his name is, and he's kind of a square. But you know what? That's good for her. If that's who she likes, that's who she likes. Who cares? But the irony is, like, she's like, talking about being a single female, and like that's how she empowers you. Oh, you're making all the money. How about women are also tired of doing that? So how about we encourage them and encourage men to just step up to the plate and y'all work together? But that doesn't sell, does it? What sells is the debauchery. It's the youth trap. It's like, oh, you have to look like this, you have to do that. You lose your value after a certain age. Like, sir, if you don't shut up, like, shut up. You mean you lose your value after a certain age? Shut up. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that. Que feo. I don't like that. No, absolutely not. I rebuke. I do not stand for that. I do not like it. No. That's a no for me. How are you going to say that? But it's to continuously brainwash us into believing that we are nothing. And respectfully, I disagree. Y'all not going to trick me or my daughter. And look, I can't speak for that, but I will teach her that she shouldn't be tricked into these things, because why? Why are we doing that? I don't like that. With love, light, and respeto. Exactly. And if that's what you want to do, life artist, and that's a great point. If what you want to do is grow old with your pets, you have a right to that. That's what you want to do. That's great. Who's to tell you that you can't do that? And then to make you feel bad for wanting that. It's like, well, last I heard, I paid my bills. I can do that if I choose. And that's a part of this. It's like, we've just all been tricked. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being tricked. I'm tired of the hypocrisy of the, everything has to be a certain way according to a certain group of people. Like, I don't know if anyone, people who have children, if you like, we were told you have to sleep train your child, right? What does that mean? It means you leave them in a room by themselves, okay, as tiny little infants, and they have to kind of fend for themselves in the sleep state. So when they're struggling and crying, the mothers and the parents are stressed out because guess what? Your baby wants to be with you. In nature, animals stay with their young until they're old enough to go venture off on their own. So, why, when our children and our babies are so small and vulnerable, are we saying, oh, yeah, you have to sleep train your kids to be able to, like, you know, be alone in a room? When in nature, that doesn't even happen. Yes, the cry it out method that lasted half a night for me. I was like, this feels wrong. I am not doing that. I am not putting my child in a situation where she's stressed out. Therefore, I'm stressed out. I'm already losing sleep. My child is uncomfortable because she doesn't feel safe. Why are we still promoting the cry it out method? Or why are we still encouraging mothers, new moms who have no idea what's going on? Because especially I can speak for this country. They're like, oh, you're a mom now. Congratulations. Bye. Where is the support? My mother-in-law, thank God for her, she's the only one who was like, here, I'm going to make you this herbal remedy to help your insides feel normal because, you know, it's all, you just had a baby, you need to heal. We've lost a lot of the traditions that have happened for centuries to help mothers as they kind of like go through the birthing process, the postpartum process. And instead, what ends up happening is we get these celebrities and these people who have been put on pedestals to set a standard that's not realistic. Well, guess what? Beyonce could look like that after 4 months because she has a whole team to help her. But a lot of us don't have that. And a lot of us don't have the heart to leave our children literally crying in the crib for this long and think that that's normal. It wasn't normal. And it's not. So to all the moms who are duped and parents, and also the stress that that brings onto your marriage, if you're with somebody, I personally feel like I have PTSD from like listening to my daughter cry. I think she was a little colicky, in my opinion. I mean, there's no real proper diagnosis, but also like, can you imagine this beautiful little soul comes from wherever where they're at peace and they're like, I don't want to be here. Girl, same. I don't want to do this, mom. What is this dense ass place? Why did I choose to come here? Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Please spare me. Girl, I hear you. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it better for you, girl. We're trying over here. But it's a challenge, you know? Like, that's the thing about it. It's like, there's just so much wrong. Yes, put me back. Return. Please put me back in that FedEx box. And then now I understand. Like, she always like gets very attached to me. And I'm like, as much as you want to be on top of mommy, you can't go back, girl. You can't go back. And I'm not going to reference that I can't go back. And most of you know what that is. Okay. We're not doing that. No, this will not be a channel putting shade out into the world. No. Let me take a quick second. Let me show you where I'm at. Yes, coming to life. Life artist. Yes. And again, everyone, I think the comment is in the chat. I'm still unsure on how to pin that. It doesn't let me. So, I mean, I can always share it again. I think it's starred. So hopefully it's up there. But let me see who else is here. Yes. Yes, Miss Nurse of Interest. Oh, Miss Cara Jones. Miss Cara Jara. I am sorry. I'm like seeing like 10 different things. Miss K Jara is in the house. What's up, girl? Look at my peoples. Hello, hello, you beautiful people. So, yes, I'm at a point where let me just put this one in the That's okay, life artist. I'm just gonna keep plugging it in here and there so that way it's up there, and hopefully, we can get you situated. I'm very excited for you. Like I said, it's so hard to take a risk on yourself and to do something for you, and with all the life changes, and it can be very scary, but the fact that you're doing it is amazing, and I'm very like happy that to help in any way. And I know the people in the chat, you're always here, you're very loved, just know that. So yeah, girl, we got you. Okay, we got you. But yeah, like it all starts with that, right? And you know what? A part of that awakening the divine feminine is returning to the way that things are, what we instinctively, intuitively know feels right. A doctor, they like, think about doctors, okay? They all follow a certain standard. What that standard is according to what they learn in school. It's not intuitive, it's very by the book, right? So if you see a doctor, you go to the doctor, you meet certain criteria, and that's where they're like, okay, then we can diagnose you with X, Y, and Z if you have this criteria, right? But motherhood is different. Being a woman is different. We might have similar symptoms, but all of our experiences are different. So yes, it's hard in that sense to diagnose everyone properly or to give the proper advice when certain things don't check certain inboxes. But that's where I say you have to advocate to be your own doctor or your own advocate in that sense, because you also know you. At least I hope you do. You know you. So you would know what works and what doesn't. And that includes knowing your baby. Like for me, I can taste something, I could eat something and be like, she's gonna love it, she's gonna hate it. I mean, she came out of my body, you guys. Like, I mean, for the moms in the chat, like you can relate. And even if you didn't birth your own child, let's say you adopted a child, it's the same thing. It's like you just know that little soul, you know that human. And you're like, I get you. I already know what your issue is before you tell me. But here is different. And pause really quickly for Miss Renee at the nail salon. You should not be on here, girl. I want to see that manicure. I want to see it when it's ready, girl. I want to see it. So enjoy it, please. Miss Renee needs to enjoy her spa day. Shout out to Miss Renee. Shout out to my mods, my beautiful Miss 808, to my Terry. I love y'all. But please, Miss Renee, enjoy your spa. I want to know what color. Oh my God, if it's anything that we're doing today, iconic. All right, so let me stop chit-chatting for a second. I'm going to start adding some petal work because we are doing very good on time. I'm very happy about it. So what we're going to do is add a lighter pink. So what I did was took some of this red up here, a little bit of white, and I'm just adding it here with still working with my filbert. I'm going to start petaling away. That's okay, Miss 808, please. If y'all have things to, first of all, shout out to these beautiful women who come here every week, who have volunteered to be a part of this process with me. I don't take that for granted one bit. And for all of you who show up consistently for me here, to hear me rant, hear me talk, like, thank you. Like, you have your lives. I know it's asking for a lot to be here on a Saturday when it's beautiful outside. So the fact that you can even give me a minute, a second is everything to me. So I thank you for it. Like, please, please live your lives. I'm here for that. Oh, stop this pink. Stop. So freaking pretty. Oh, I love the petaling. That's my favorite part, you guys. It feels like a cherry blossom. Oh, I love. Stop. And the filbert gives like a nice, like rounded shape, which I like, the petal shape. I'm going to create a little bit more of this color. I don't know how much I did, but it's all right. Even if it's a little darker, we're here for her. Miss Patricia. Oh, listen, y'all. Miss Patricia. Look, I want to say shout outs to all of you because I do love all of you so much for being here and for all you do. Miss Patricia has been so generous and kind to me for like, she's always like giving me my flowers that I feel like sometimes I'm like, it's beyond an honor to receive them from her, because she is just like, she's a pro at this and this is what she does. So for her to say that, like, the things that I'm saying resonate or that they make sense, and that, that is a big deal for me. And I'm trying to, like, those are the words I listen to, and those are the people I listen to the most. Like, to find people that actually like want to see you succeed and like give you your credit for what you're doing, even though I'm not even looking for that. But the fact that she takes the time to always show up to my streams, whether I'm here, whether I'm with Renee or wherever I may go, like, and that's for a lot of you. I just really thank you, Patricia. Like, your words mean everything. And coming from you, knowing your experience is like such a big deal. So I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I just want to show you guys really quickly. I got goosebumps from like showing this one. Stop. I'm going to have to hold it like this at the end, because I don't know if you've seen, but I've started to do like these AI thumbnails, because my daughter really loves Japanese anime and comic books in general. And she was the inspo for it. So the hard part about getting a thumbnail is that I talk really fast, I move really quickly. So for me to sit still to do this long enough to be able to create a thumbnail, one, looks really awkward. So I'll probably just let you guys know when hey, it's thumbnail time. So that way I have a nice graphic to add for this video once it's over. So I might have to hold it like very like, hi guys, like my meeting. But this, period. Filbert is coming in clutch. So I'm going to grab some more titanium white because I am out since I was mixing. Let's put you right here by this lavender. It's dry though. Don't worry. It's dry. I love when it comes together. It just feels like a cherry blossom dream. I love it. So I'm also going to do like a very light green. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that white. And also I'm going to use it with the rest of this emerald to really lighten that up. Because if I need to add a little bit more lightness to the branches, I'm going to go ahead and do that too. Oh, Patricia, thank you. I'm so awkward with like compliments, you guys. Like, I can't take it sometimes. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You have no idea. I'll probably cry later because that's what I do too all the time. Behind the scenes, Chimi's very emotional. I just get so overwhelmed with like all of the love that sometimes I like can't believe it. I'm like, really? It's just, it feels nice to like be appreciated and loved by people and to be seen, which is, it's always been a struggle for me, even from when I was a kid. Like, you were, at least for me, like I was never someone who wanted any type of attention, or like I always struggled with being seen. That wound is real. But now as an adult, I'm like, you know what? I'm fully stepping into my power. I am not going to feel shy anymore. I'm going to take all the love with grace and love and gratitude. Because, you know, again, like no one has to be here, but the fact that you choose to be here is a blessing in itself. So I really thank all of you. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Wow, this is going to be very pretty. I already feel it. I feel it in my bones. Yes, we miss you too, Miss Renee. Miss Renee, what color? That's all I want to know. What color are you doing today? That's what I want to know. What color? Are we doing a French tip manicure? What are we doing today, Miss Renee? That's what I want to know. Oh, thank you, Miss 808. Thank you, Miss 808. She is such a boss. Miss Terry too. Like, I'm telling you, like the women I've met here, I'm just so grateful for all of you. Truly. So I went ahead and with that pink that we had, that was a little bit darker. Ooh, lavender with sparkles. Stop it. I love that. Love a lavender. Oh, so pretty. So what I did was took a little bit of this darker red. I can't remember the names of it, unfortunately, but I just mixed it in here. So we got a little bit of a darker pink. So we're working with the gradients to kind of add to these petals, especially in the eye area, because we just want to add a little bit more love. I don't know where that accent came from, honey. You know, I don't know. Yes. Oh, I love this so much already. Stop. Yes. All right. So, to my ladies and my probably one gentleman in there, what do we think about that? Do we think that it's time for us ladies to really step into our power? I think so. Okay. It is time. We are being called to do just that, to be able to start really finding our calling through being present, being there for our children, our friends, our other women who are aspiring to do things, being showing support in that manner. Because I think like a lot of it too is like, you know, we've just been conditioned in so many wrong ways, and I just can't stand by that anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like the negativity, of like the same nonsense. So right now I'm giving Philbert a little bit of a break, so we want to say thank you to Mr. Philbert. Thank you, I love you. My divine masculine brush here. And now we're gonna go in with our 10 flat. My other, she's a girl. My 10 flat is a girl. Okay, she's the girl. She's given today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some of this lighter green to really start bringing out that eye and start putting all of the colors together. So I'm just kind of taking my brush and with the flat, let's see if you could see it like this. Now you can see it from up here. So I'm just kind of like adding, just pressing lightly with whatever is left on the brush and not going too heavy handed, because you know your girl, she could be very heavy handed with that. Okay. But yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time that we start really looking at history and start questioning why. Why have we been believing the narratives? Why have we been not questioning like what we've been told, what has been told through history? Where are the texts? Show me the text. Show me Mary Magdalene. Show me Sophia. Show me all of the females that came before. Why are they hidden? Maybe it's us awakening a part of that energy within us to be able to finally bring it to the surface. Maybe that's when everything changes, when people start remembering who they are. You feel me? Like who you are as the feminine. Who's here? Who's here? Hold on, I saw something. Oh, Miss Subi. Hello, Miss Subi. I love saying your name together. Miss Subi. So cute. I love it. I love it so much. Just like K Jara, Miss Subi, life. Like I feel like I can give like so many sound effects and such for all of my beautiful people here. Look at how pretty it's coming out. Yes. Oh, I just knew. I just knew. So we went from Lucifer's underworld in the background to like now this like very feminine, very delicate, very cherry blossom. You know, we love her. What is the cat doing? JB, my love. What's the matter with you? It's what you're supposed to be napping, actually. There's nothing in the sink for you, my love. Boys will be boys, I guess. Anyway, so let's go ahead and add a little bit more of this color. I'm going to go just straight up with the red now. So with the scarlet, I think it's scarlet is in here. Mira, don't come over here. Leave me tranquila, okay? Yes. Scarlett said, I am here. I have checked in. I have checked in to add a little bit more because I am that girl, Miss Scarlett. I just mixed her in with the rest of that lighter pink that we had. So that way the gradient just moves up versus it being like straight red, straight like a pink. It kind of like just like, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? You're going to see what I mean in a second. Okay, vamos a ver. Let's go. All right. Oh, this one is very like, it's hitting my soul in a different way. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe because it's the last piece. Maybe because, you know, now this is the second one that we've done together. I don't know. But I do feel like they keep getting better and better. So What's that Cardi B line? I'm getting better and better. I do not see no competitor. It's literally my vibe right now. Yes. Oh, yes, honey. Me encanta. I love it. Period. Okay. And not too much. We don't want to go too crazy. You understand, Chimi? I gotta talk to myself sometimes. All right. Let's add a little bit more there. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, just a tiny one, so I can take a sip. I need a little bit. I'm a little parched. Oh, thank you, Patricia. You too. All of you are just such a blessing, truly. Like, what a great little community. I love this. Yes. Yes, nurse of interest. That part. That part. They stole our money and our ability to build any type of generational wealth because they wanted us to subscribe to a religion, to subscribe to like whatever nonsense. And yeah, the patriarchy, hold on. A patriarchy isn't bad, just like a matriarchy isn't bad if it's operating in a higher frequency. What we have right now is a toxic patriarchy. That I'm not going to deny. Because we have a lot of people enabling bad behavior, a lot of violence, arrogance, whatever you want. You insert your favorite adjective of like toxic behavior. It's that. It's not something that is helping elevate humanity. It's just keeping us suppressed, keeping us on a fear-based agenda. I'm tired. Okay? I'm tired. So my divine feminines, we need to wake up. We need to start stepping into our power and understand that that's the fear. The real fear is us remembering who we are and the power that we hold. And look, life, that's so true. But even the racial stuff, I feel like that's all in a means to keep us divided on purpose when we're all built the same. So it's like the struggle also is where, why are we buying into that? I don't think anyone is better or less than me because of their skin color, race, or whatever. I don't have the tolerance for people treating others poorly in any capacity. But what I don't do either is, because I was born this way, make that automatically my handicap, that I can't do what I want to do because of the way I was born, my genetics. You're mad at my genetics, take it up with the Lord. I say that all the time. Like, no, so you're not going to dupe me, or I'm not going to tell my daughter, oh, well, because you look like this, you can't be where you need to be. No, if that's the narrative, I'm fighting against it. I'm going to rise above it. I'm not going to participate in that. Nope. And I tell all my fellow people too, I'm like, listen, y'all better than all of this stuff. They're tricking us into believing that we need to buy into this racial stuff so they could keep us oppressed and separated from being able to do what we're supposed to do here. And there's a lot of people, like there's Spanish people that betray their own people just to get ahead because that's what they want to do, because they have, their mindset is operated on greed. So they'll throw another Latin person under the bus to get ahead. They'll be the face of something. Jay-Z is a perfect example of that. And no disrespect to any of these people. I don't even like to talk about these people. But like, you know, if you think about it, we're seeing a lot of that now, is that the people who are pushing, oh, this we're doing this agenda, blah, blah, blah. It's an agenda. It's a script. Who benefits from it? Not the everyday person. It's only a select group who needs us to believe that, so that we could subscribe to their stuff, and they're just taking our energy. That's how they're siphoning it to keep us oppressed and asleep. And then it's like they make all these rules and do all these things. Like, I don't know, listen, this is so random, but because I saw this red and this yellow together, there's this thing going around X right now. I'm laughing because I just can't freaking believe how funny this is. There's this thing going around X where like Trump, and look, I don't care about politics, but it's just what I saw on the internet. Okay. He had like some, like, I guess it's like the Nordic military. They're like these blonde, super tall, like very fair skin, red, like outfits. Is my cat? He is on one today. I'm going to grab him. But wait, before I do that, they're wearing like all of these like red military with like gold, and like people are like, oh, those are like the aliens coming in. I'm like, listen, they might be, but the fact that like people like are so like relentless with the things that they do, so they'll just like be like, oh, these are aliens, this is the devil, this is that. It's like, people in the age of AI, you got to use your discernment, honey, because yes, we might see some like Palladians, okay, we might, and we don't know how to distinguish the real from the fake right now because AI is making it very tricky. But you got to use your discernment. But I'm not going to hold you. That red outfit with the gold, I was like, that's tea. That's giving fall 2026, honey. I want that. And 1111 make a wish. I'm going to get my cat. Give me 1 second, okay? We're here for a brief pause. We're back. And now I'd like to introduce you to my special guest, the menace of society. Oh, you have your eyes closed because your heart is beating very fast. I know that because you know you're in trouble. Yes. So now I'm gonna publicly shame you. Shame. No, I can't do that. He should your baby. He's so like, first of all, his belly is so cold. The fact that he lets me hold him like this, look at him. Look at him. Ay, qué lindo. The fact that he lets me do this to him is wild because like cats aren't very like affectionate. He, on the other hand, is. Yes, my love. Okay. You just need some love. It's all right. You want to go now? Okay, goodbye. Be careful. I love you. Do you want my blanket? Do you want a blanket? He makes it very hard because he's very cute. And I do love him very much. But sometimes when, like, he's in the office right now, he wanted the door open. The people who were here on time, you know, he was meowing to the 10th degree. He was meowing like everything. And then like, he's like over there fiddling with something because he wants attention. And it's like, well, I'm working. Okay. So either you come sit with me or you go fiddle over there. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway. So yes, let me see if I can find this because that outfit, I was like, can I get one? I mean, no disrespect if it is the Nordic military. I mean, I'm not trying to be out here on that type of time, but it was kind of fire. I'm not going to lie. I'm a visual person. I like things that are pretty, okay? And that are cool. Let's see if I find it. I'm sure like, here we go. Wow. Okay. Well, this is obviously not real. Dike, he's a Venusian overlord, according to Kai, robot plus brain. Can you see this? Look at his outfit. He might be. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not there. I didn't see them in person. But it's giving very ethereal. I don't know if it's from the underworld. I don't know. Maybe you're a Venusian overlord. I don't know. But that outfit, I'm gonna need you to send me to your Venusian tailor because, you know, nowadays, you know, that's not giving polyester. That's definitely like certified organic ethereal Venusian cotton. Yes. It's giving, the craftsmanship is like tea. The tailoring is fire. The hair, I mean, look, the hair was a little dry. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe you should come here and get some Olaplex. I don't know what to tell you. As someone who has a little bit of like dry frizzy hair, I could tell you Olaplex is you know, or maybe if you're not into that, maybe you could do some castor oil. I don't know what to tell you, especially at the ends. Mr. Overlord, and no disrespect, okay? But that pattern, yes, ethereal Venusian cotton. The things that come out of my brain when I'm just like in the zone sometimes, you guys, you can't make it up. That's what I'm telling you. It's divine feminine, feminine. Who is this person? I want to know everything. But supposedly, so 3 of these guys that look identical were talking to Trump and they're towering over him. So I have no idea what is going on, but I was just cracking up when I saw that because I'm like, of course, we're in the age of AI and this is what's happening. What are you going to do? What I gonna do? All right, so let me keep focused because it's 11:15 and we got things to do. You know what I mean? I don't know where that accent came from, honey. Don't ask. And right now I've put my flat brush to bed. So let's say thank you to our girl. Gracias, I love you. And now we're going to go in with our number 3 round and we're going to do a little bit of finer details and just grabbing a little bit of water to dilute this and to get our paint to come back to life. All right. So what I realized is that the eye needs a little bit of, you know what I mean? It needs a little bit more. So we're going to add a little bit of to it. So let's go ahead and do just a little bit of that. Just a tiny bit. Nothing crazy. And just kind of smudging that so that it kind of draws everything together. Because I love the green, but like in all the other paintings, we did add a little bit more of the contrasting colors so that way it ties in with the rest of the painting. So we want to continue that here. All right. Yes. I love that. Yes. I don't know where my cat is right now, but he seems to be calming the down. Look at me, not trying to curse. Because honestly, you guys, like, not for nothing, I'm kind of over even cursing. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I think it's just like I kind of been through one of like hundreds of awakenings that we go through in our life. And I'm just not really into that anymore. I'm not into being, like they say in Espanol, vulgar. Like, I kind of like not using inappropriate words and language anymore. Because you know what? It's true. Like, my daughter is going to see this one day. I don't want her to see me like, you know, cursing like a pirate. Is that what pirates do aside from steal? They curse? I don't know. I don't want that. No disrespect. It's just like, I kind of want something better for myself. And those words like carry such a like not great energy. So like, I'm just kind of trying to not curse as much, trying to really be more mindful of not only that, but also just like who I surround myself with even more. Like if I'm already like questioning the energy, I'm definitely out. I don't say nothing. I don't push too hard. I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm out of here. I'm not putting myself in those positions anymore. So I think it's okay to want something more for yourself. And, you know, my mother would be like, ay, gracias a Dios, hija, that you are no longer saying those ugly words. Oh, I know, she's so happy. Yes, Mamma Mia, I am not saying these words anymore. Be proud of your hija that I am no longer participating in that debauchery. No more. Because it's true, like, it's like, you know, I'm in my very soft girl era, like, and I don't feel like soft girls are into that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Is it just me? I don't know. I kind of like, I like to feel feminine and pretty and that energy. Like I'm, you know, you could get your point across without having to be insulting or saying all these negative things, you know, and that's where I'm at. And look, no shade. If y'all want to do that, that is your prerogative. But just for me personally, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not for me. So what the flower is going to have to be it. Hey. Oh my God, Terry texted me that the other day and I started cracking up. She's like, I don't know what the flower. I'm like, period, Terry. What the flower is great. I love it. What the flower. Yes, Nurse of Interest. Thank you, Miss 808. The flowers are here. Look, I'll try through my vocal speech, but it doesn't mean that I won't text it here and there. Okay. Like, I'm not even going to hold you. Like, sometimes some things merit a what the. Okay. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. All right. So I think for the pinkage, this is where we're at right now. I added a little bit more to the center. Oh! So pretty. So I'm going to add some whites now. I'm going to start going in with the yellow. Do I want to go in with the yellow? Yes, we need some contrast. We need a little bit more life to this. Shout out to Life Artist. Please be sure that you check out the link in the description for her GoFundMe, and it's somewhere in the chat. If not, I will have to repost it, which I can do right now. Let me see. No, I don't know about you. And there it is. Okay. Let's get her up. Let's get her up. Hey. All right. So, yeah, I'm really not into the cursing anymore. Nope. I like to be a fancy lady. I mean, you might catch me like, has anyone watched Downton Abbey? I love that show. So good. Cousin Matthew. Like, I'm on that type of vibe. I want to be a Cousin Matthew somewhere. Oh, stop. Wait till you see these little acentos of yellow. You're going to be like, excuse me? And I'm going to be like, I know, right? Yes. Yes, period. Oh. Listen, my mom would say, que belleza. Que belleza. I feel like I'm becoming more like her every year. My own version. Because, you know, I would never want to replicate someone else's design. But, like, I feel like there's certain things that I'm like, I get why my mom says these things. God bless. God bless. Mama Mia. You guys, stop it. Mira que bonito. Oh my God. It's so pretty. Wait until you see. I'm just really going with the flow right now. So let me be in flow state for 1 minute. So I can just, like, you know, place all of my friends here. I'm losing my breath. I can't even believe how exquisite it is. Oh. Renee, I curse for you. Yes. You know what? But Miss Renee can do whatever she wants. She's been through a lot. Okay. I condone it. Whatever Miss Renee believes, I support it. I love her. Whatever she wants to do. She's been through it and she's here getting her nails done. And I'm here for every second of that. It's so, like, I love that. You guys. Oh! It's so pretty. Yes, my love. What happened? Really? Is that who you saw outside? What else did you see? Oh, okay. All right, go meow in there. Oh my God. All right, so as my cat is being the devil himself, you know, because he's choosing violence this morning, this yellow was the move. And the orange is going to be there too. So I'm just going to keep adding these little details. So I'm going to show you 1 second. Please be patient with me as I'm in flow state. Welcome to Chimi Speaks Flow State. Yes. This is where I guess it would be nice to have music, but I am the soundtrack. I'm the soundtrack to your life, period. Yes, my love. I know it's so stressful to be you right now. I get it. What else? Were the birds being annoying? They weren't letting you, like, you know, chase them away? Listen. Your girl is doing it. Let me just tell you right now, we're doing it. And it is divino. She is iconic. She is hi, nice to meet you. I am the other compliments. I am your last painting. I'm here to deliver. I'm here to perform. I am that girl. Woo. Stop. Look at this. Do you see those little yellow bits? Oh. I mean, Miss Round is coming in. She's coming in clutch. So I am going to go in with orange. I'm curious. I don't know if it's going to be the choice, but you know what? We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm going to grab the rest of this white that I have here. The rest of this white that I had here, and I'm just going to add some orange to it to make it like a dreamsicle creamsicle color with the same brush and see what happens. Vamos a ver. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, please, God. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah. 100%. Yes. And this one is going to give a little bit more petalage with the orange. And it's very subtle. It doesn't have to be so crazy. This one's definitely going to need a little bit more white. And the reason for that is because we have like a darker background. So the colors need to be lighter in order for them to stand out a little bit. But also what I love about this is the fact that my cat will not stop. Señor, por favor, what's going on? Do you need me to tuck you in? If you make me get up from this painting one more time, you're going to get pow pow, all right? Stop playing with me. I'm working. I'm busy. Oh. He's so extra today. Oh, don't worry, Miss 808. I have to do like a thumbnail. I'm going to show you what I'm doing in just 1 minute. I'm just trying to get these colors situated and just pressing all of them in there. I'm going to move on to a thicker brush though, because I feel like a thicker brush is going to be a little bit nicer. And then we're going to go in with our white as well. I am also, before I do that, I'm going to pick up my flat brush one more time, and I'm going to go in with the yellow and just brush it in some of these darker areas here to just give it, yes. Yes. To give it yes, okay? We're giving it lots of yas. That's what it needed. A little bit more. Yes, pow pow, next to chancleta, exactly. You know, Miss Nurse of Interest. You already know. He's trying it today. Ain't nobody told him to be up right now. He didn't have to be. He wanted to be. So that's on you, señor. Sorry to tell you, that's on you. I'm that type of parent. Oh, who told you to go there? Who told you to climb the tree? Nobody. Who told you to do this? No one. So that's a choice you live with, okay? So deal with the consequences and, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. Oh, yes. Now it looks like it's out of you guys, this might be my favorite one. I'm not even saying that just because. It's just the color choices. It makes it look very you'll see in a second. It's just so pretty. Oh, this one might be my favorite one. I'm not lying, you guys. It's just it's giving otherworldly, very ethereal. And these nice light touches of color just bring it all together. I did not expect it to look like this. To be honest, I am just very shocked that it's this pretty. Oh, wait a second. And then just with the rest, before I go in with the whites, I'm going to just add a little bit more yellow. This lemon yellow that we had is what I was using. And then I think the other yellow was mid yellow. We mid today, honey. Yes. And then just kind of go in here. Oh, a little bit in the eyeball area to really bring that out. You guys, this is it. This one is it. This one is giving very, very extraordinary, okay? And I'm not even done yet. It's almost there. Hold on. All right. Let me show you where I'm at. It's giving very Nordic lights. And I don't know if it's because of the, the Venusian Nordic team with the red outfits, honey. Maybe this was exactly what I was asked to do by the Nordic gods. Who knows? Because at this point, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So I guess I have some Venusian energy too. Okay. And that's very much what it's giving. It's giving Venusian energy. It's giving very pretty, very ethereal, very ethereal. Yes. Okay. So I'm sorry. I keep saying yes. I'm going to show you. And yes, I will in a second. Let me just get this. Let me get this situated. I'm sorry. I'm very much in the flow. Oh, seriously. I can't. Stop. Okay, I need to add some more, like some darker reds. And did you want to be tucked in? Is that what you would like? Please pause while I tuck in my cat. 1 second. I'm back. I'm just observing to make sure that he is closing his eyes very gently. Are you? Okay, you're wiggling your ear. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Right? It's Poppy. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. This was not what I thought this would turn out to be, but like it's giving. She's pretty. She's like, I came here to party. So now what I think though, around the eye, I'm going to add a little bit more of like that darker red to really start making some of that color pop. Yes, that's what it needed. And then I'm going to go in with the shadows around the eyes. This one's very different. She's a whole vibe on her own. Yes, that is what it needed. It needed Scarlet to come through and say, hi, I know you. I like you. I love you. That's what I want to do. Yes. Yup. She said, I'm here. I came to slay. Yes, God. She's very petal-y. And this is even before I add the whites that are going to make it pop even more. So I'm very, very pleased with how this is turning out. It's so pretty. I didn't know I could do that, to be honest. Oh, Miss 808. He's not high maintenance? Girl. Here, give you a little of this. Yes. He's so high maintenance. He's so needy. But I love that. I love that he needs us. Like that makes me feel like I'm doing something right with my life. Oh my God, you need me. You love me. I got you. Oh, forever. All right. So let's go in with these white details. We're doing so good on time. I don't even know who I am right now. Okay. I don't. I mean, but Miss 808, who doesn't like being taken care of? And that's what, let's segue right into being taken care of. Okay. I want to talk about that. Why? Because people, like the only thing about this like movement of like women kind of transitioning into doing all this work, respectfully, I'm not trying to do a man's job. Okay. I don't want to. That's just my opinion. I feel like I am not designed in a way to do a man's job. I'm here to do my job as a female, as a feminine. There's nothing wrong with that, But people sometimes like demonize that and to be like, oh, if you don't want to work, then what are you doing? Well, I don't want to be a boss babe. I spent a lot of time trying to do that and it just wasn't for me. Like this type of boss babe, I love. I love a creative boss babe. That's who I am. I'm more the creator. I enjoy to create. I'm very blessed that I can. And that's something that I don't, you know, I say it all the time. I don't take that for granted because truly, like, to be a creator is one of the most, like, it's one of the biggest blessings that you can have. I love being able to use my energy and this feminine power that we have to be able to make beautiful things that we can admire and look at and just be like, wow, I made this. Like every single time I'm in awe of the things that I'm able to do with these tools and have my imagination working in such a way where like I don't have to create content that perpetuates nonsense, you know? Like we see a lot of that online of like people who, you know, I don't have to promote the over consumerism. I don't have to promote drama. I don't have to promote nonsense of like anything that isn't going to help elevate you. That's something that I stand really firmly on. It's like pick up a freaking pencil and pad, get like, you know, a paintbrush, a paint set. Nowadays, everything's a lot more affordable. Instead of buying, you know, Starbucks coffee every other day, why don't you invest in creating something, like doing something to uplift not only yourself, but the people around you, inspire people, do something productive with your time instead of like, you know, getting invested in all the stuff that doesn't even relate or pertain to you. Like that's where I'm at now. It's like just trying to do things that are just creative, fun. And I noticed that even like with my shorts, like, look, I'm not somebody who cares about views. I'm a very small channel still. And I know algorithmically, you have to have certain views, you have to have certain stats in order for you to be considered something. But you know what? I am someone on the internet. Last I heard, there's not many people doing what I'm doing. Because you know what? Not many people can. And I'm okay with that. So what I realize is like for my shorts, like the algorithm is not gonna, or people's attention span has gotten so like people are just not paying attention to anything anymore because, you know, our dopamine highs, like if you don't see something that's going to stimulate you, you automatically disregard it. That it's like, if you're not doing that, then it's like, you know, if I measured my worth to what the numbers of views were, I would be miserable. So to me, I'm like, I love being able to do stuff, whether it's to speak, that's a form of creation, whether it's to draw, paint, makeup, whatever the case may be. I love this process. I love seeing things come to fruition, to kind of evolve like a painting, having it be a collective experience. That is beautiful to me. And I wish that more people, instead of like getting involved in all this nonsense, would just do something fun, do something productive. It's the best. Yes, alignment and discernment. That's what we're doing here. We're talking about all the things that people don't want to talk about. So do I think that my audience will be small for a while? Yes, probably. And the reason why is because not a lot of people are ready to heal. That's a fact. Not a lot of people are ready to heal. And that's okay. You know, like it just is what it is at that point. Like, I get that. Not everybody is in a position to want to do different for themselves. And I respect that process. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do all this cool shit because, oh, I cursed. Oh, I broke my own pattern. Didn't want to do that. But it's all right. Once in an almost 2-hour stream is not so bad, to be fair. But it's all right. I'm not going to beat myself up over that. But you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Not a lot of people are ready to heal. So the messages are not going to resonate with everyone right now because everyone's on a different path. And I think right now, if anything, it's having the content available so that when people are ready, they come to it. But for now, like, I love being able to do this freely and not have the pressure of the metrics and having to pay attention to that. Like, even though it's not my livelihood, doesn't mean that one day it can't be. But for now, like, it's been nice to have like this kind of like this circle of friends and like people that I can kind of, you know, build a stronger community with. Like that, if anything, has been the best experience for me. And I'm happy because you know what? These metrics don't mean anything in the end. And they don't add to your value. They shouldn't, because you know we are worth it regardless of what anyone else has to say. But it's been nice to like do something that just feels inspirational, that feels healing. And I'm just happy to be able to do it with people and have that receptivity from any of you who choose to spend your Saturdays with me. That's like a blessing in itself. So I thank all of you truly, because I wouldn't have put myself out there at all, because I was so afraid to like show my skill set, just from the fear of being seen and the fear of, you know, not feeling adequate enough or having the right skill set, maybe being a little too eccentric with the way that I do things. But that's a part of what makes us all different. And I think that embracing that uniqueness and showing up here with a very flowery blouse and making surreal art, you know, I mean, those are all the complexities that exist within me and our humanity. And all of us have our unique edge, our unique touch. So I love that. I love that I'm able to do this. So I really do genuinely thank all of you for it. And yeah, slow and steady is 100% my energy too. Have you met another Taurus? We like things that are slow and methodical. And when we embrace that part of the energy, that is what makes it more meaningful. You know, look how I stopped talking about Mary Magdalene and now the internet wants to work. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I'm just calling out facts. Look at that. And we're good on time. Oh, I love this process so much. So even though it's like, what, 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes to complete a piece, it's just so awesome to be able to have this outlet. Like, I fully encourage everyone to just find what their niche is and just do it. Do whatever makes you happy. And I always give that challenge to certain people, like in this space, like go a day without doing the norm. Try something different. Can you do something different? You know, like that would be nice. Be a creative, do something creative. See what happens when you push yourself to do something out of the norm. See what results yield from that. Because we all have hidden talents. Like, isn't it true? Like, look at me sounding like a lot. Isn't it true? Isn't it true that like medics and surgeons are like really bomb artists? Because I mean, they spend most of their life doing all this other stuff, that they end up having like lots of creative juices, and they end up making some of the best artwork because their normal everyday is so cerebral and so like, you know, you got to like operate on someone and you have no pressure of having to like put people's lives in your hands. So when they have a moment to be able to do something artistic, they end up expressing that other part of their brain in such a way that it's like, it becomes something beautiful. Like we all have that potential. That's my opinion. I don't care who you are. Some of these people in the space, I'm like, imagine if they were actually, instead of like spending so much time talking about each other, that they just like make something. We probably have some pretty bomb artists. You know, I think so. Am I crazy for thinking that? I think so. It would be great. It would be great to see that progression. And also too, like you guys, creativity isn't just through a pencil and pad. It could be through your interior designing. It could be, it could be so many things. Like I fully encourage that for everyone. Find what your passion is. And ladies, tap into that divine energy. Like, do you understand how powerful we actually are? And that's why we've been outcast, deleted, etc. in history. It's because we have so much creative energy and so much divinity within us as well as creators. Your womb space is how you create. But, oh, I need to talk to y'all about this too, because I want to hear your opinion. So there is this whole thing with Mary Magdalene that she kind of peeped what Jesus was talking about before everybody else did. She's a lot more intuitive, a lot more spiritual. So like for her, the things that he was saying was resonating because she interpreted it in a different way. So hold on, I just need to take a pause because it's just so nice. It's so nice. So what they were saying is that, and this is like the Gnostic belief, that our chakra points are the 7 archons that we have to defeat in order for our soul to be liberated. So they're archetypes, 7 deadly sins, right? It's ego, right? Where's Terry? Where's Miss Terry? I'm losing my deadly sin Catholic curriculum that I was taught and clearly wanted to disregard immediately. But the 7 deadly sins. Envy, let's talk about envy since I've talked about envy before. Greed, gluttony, all that stuff. You're supposed to basically overcome all of them. And in my opinion, 7 is like a very spiritual number. I am a life path 7. So my purpose on this earth is to be able to find the truth about everything. So I'm a truth seeker. That's what I'm here to do. It's a very spiritual number for a reason. So you think about the 7 archetypes, 7 archons, 7 chakras, 7 deadly sins. All of that is the things and the concepts and the themes that your soul is here to learn and master to be liberated. So Mary Magdalene knew that. So remember when they were saying that Mary Magdalene, like he had to like take the devil out of her or whatever the case may be. I don't think it's that, you guys. I think she figured out and mastered what the human soul, what the human vessel and soul attached to that vessel was supposed to do while being in the physical realm, which is to overcome these things. So when people talk about chakras, we have 7 chakras, more, but I'm not very educated on them. I just know the 7 that we have. All of those are tied to certain things that once they're vibrating in alignment, it helps open up your soul, your vessel, your field in a higher frequency. So a lot of people will look at Mary Magdalene and like she peeped that. Like that's what Jesus was telling us, is like you have to overcome certain aspects, certain things that you will be faced with. Those are your tests. And a lot of that has to do with your internal world and knowing how to trust that internal world to be able to know how to master everything here. So for example, your voice chakra is tied to the sign Taurus, high, and it's blue. It's a little bit lighter than this, but it's blue. And my voice chakra for a long time was very, like, it was off. I didn't know how to speak. I wasn't using it in the appropriate ways. And learning how to heal that, for me at least, was sometimes I may not know how to articulate the words. So the way that I'm able to express it is through art, is through journaling, is through writing. So that helped me heal my voice chakra so that I'm able to communicate what I'm trying to say in an effective way without it feeling like I'm trying to force it on you. Because an elevated person, someone who is operating at their highest potential, is never going to tell you that you need to do X, Y, and Z. No, that is a personal journey. It is a personal choice, what it is that you choose to do with your life. So for you to be a mentor or someone who is on the internet and using the platform to communicate to other people, it's learning how to allow for people to come to these conclusions on their own. Kind of like we talked about the last stream before Renee's, which, by the way, last stream with Renee and Bill is a gem as a man and just in general. Like, love the guy. 100% is such a wonderful person. I'm so grateful to know him and to like have any type of connection to someone so evolved like that, because I've learned a lot from Bill, and I'm just grateful to him and to Renee for that connection because he's awesome. But it's knowing how to communicate your point without having to force it down people's throats. So a lot of that has to do with a healed voice chakra, which people don't talk about. Another thing is healing your heart space. So this one's blue, this one's green. Our heart space is green. Yes, we sure did. Yes, we sure did. She got a petty. Yes. So our heart chakra is green. So usually our heart chakra, for the most part, for a lot of people, is out of alignment because the way that we are taught to love, the conditions around that, and the transactionality around that is something that it's too much of a definition. It's too much on what can you do for me versus it being selfless. And at least that's what we're seeing a lot in our society now. It's like, it's a very like selfish type of thing. There is nothing wrong with being selfish when it comes to doing your own healing work, whether it's to, you know, do what you got to do, right? To feel better, whatever the case may be. But there is a level of selflessness that gets lost. So for example, we tie, like people in marriages tie their happiness to the partner that they have, versus understanding that the partner that they choose to be with is just an extension of your life. It's they're there to be a support system. They are not responsible for your happiness. That's something that you need to build for yourself. But we're not taught that, because in this world, it's about, you know, the fairy tale of, well, if he loves me, he'll like sacrifice everything for me. And it's like, girl, or if he loves me, he'll take me on a $500 dinner. Huh? First of all, that's entitlement. Like, respectfully, like, you know, that city girl life, that is entitlement. You think that you are, you know, deserving of that, because it's like, well, if he doesn't do this, then he's not treating you like a queen. And it's like, well, a queen is not going to ask somebody else to fulfill their cup because they're already fulfilled. And a $500 meal is not going to do anything. Okay? And yes, it is all about balance, Miss Boston Brandy. Oh, we should be neighbors like tomorrow. What are we doing? Are you kidding me? Can you imagine? It would be so iconic. Nobody would know what to do. Oh, they'd be like, stop it. These two women are amazing. Oh, you know what? We probably did know each other in a past life, girl. I feel like we burned at the stake together. They're like, get those two. They're speaking too much truth. Not this lifetime. Okay? Not this lifetime. God knew what he was doing, keeping us in two separate states. He knew, because if we were together, girl, doesn't mean that it can't happen now. But God was like, we got to keep these girls out of here. We need them. We need them doing their respective jobs. Can't be Margarita Mondays all the time, okay? Oh, Miss Boston Brandy, what a truth teller. Like, I love that. I love that she's so iconic. Stop. Oh. You guys, I'm going to show you where I'm at, and you tell me, should we keep going or should we stop? Because, you know, I get heavy-handed, okay? I love to be heavy-handed with this stuff. It makes me so happy to just, like, keep adding. And to be quite frank, I might add a few more details to the one we did last time, only because I'm looking at how Gorgina this girl is. And I feel like, you know, well, maybe not, because you know what? That was already completed and I have to be okay with it being as it is too. Excuse me, I'm gasping for air at how iconic this is. Stop. This turned out, like, honestly, so different. Stop! Oh my God. It's so pretty. It's definitely clashing with my shirt. Maybe I should do one of these. Look at, like, in this lighting. Okay, thumbnail time. You ready? Let me know. Should this be the next thumbnail? No. Imagine. All right, I gotta like hold like a pause. I gotta hold I don't know, maybe like, oh my God. This is the part of like content creation that really sucks because I like don't want to have to do that. But like, I don't know. Maybe one of these. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe this will be kind of like legendary. Yes. Can you see my bun? Is it giving? All right, we'll see. I might have some options, but I think I'm going to round this out a little bit, just a tiny bit. I'm just going to keep adding like finishing touches because we still have time. Ah, I love it. Thank you. It's so nice, right? It's so different from the other ones. And I kind of love that they all have their own personality. So this is what we did. This is where we started. This is where we're going. And then this is where we ended. You guys, I could cry. This is so beautiful. Like stop. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, truly, what a blessing it is to create. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I would not be able to do this without you. Not at all. So cool. Like, I can't. Thank you. And it's all you wonderful people. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't be able to do this without all of you showing up, being here, and like, supporting me and stuff. Like, it's so awesome. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Like, truly, like, this is like the coolest thing ever. I've never made work like this. I'm a very cookie cutter type of girl. I'm not someone who tries to experiment or go too far outside the box. It's always been a big fear of mine. So to be able to do this is like, it's such an honor to share this side of me with all of you and just not be known for just speaking, but also speaking and creating. Like, that's what we're doing. I'm just trying to like, find my voice through all of this. And it just feels really awesome to be here and to share this passion of mine. I didn't even know I could do this, to be honest. Like, it's still a little shocking for me, but I can't believe this. I'm like, what? Who's that girl? Na, 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 na. Apparently she's that girl. Yes. I don't know. Should we leave her here? I want to keep going. I'm so obsessed. My brushes came in Clutchina. Okay. Clutcherina. That's who she is. She came in Clutch. Yes. I'm just adding a little bit of the yellow just to kind of, you guys, paint, color, art is everything. I'm just so grateful for it. What a fun experiment. A series. I didn't even start with that. Y'all inspired me to do this, to do a series in the end. And that's the part of creation that's so cool. It's like you can come up with so many interesting ideas when you tap into your divine feminine. Yes, tap into that divine feminine energy. And gentlemen, whatever gentleman is here, you have it too. We have masculine and feminine energy. So when you tap into that, that's where this type of art exists. This lives within all of us. And it's just putting yourself out there and just trying. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just more, let it be what it's meant to be. Yeah, I think I might just leave it here because then I'm going to get too, yes, the third eye. Yes. Not us already opening the third eye chakra with this series and talking about our divine feminine. Listen, it's just like when the dots connect, they're connecting. Yes, we have both. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Like, that's a given. It's just that I think the feminine has been operating too much in their masculine that we forgot. Like, you could be a soft girl. You can like the flowery tops. You can drink your coffee with a straw. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Life, possibly. But you know what it is too? I'm like, I get so lost in this sauce that sometimes it just comes to me and sometimes it comes to you, right? Like you saw my painting, we're like, add the orange. And it's like, I love, that's a part of this whole thing. It's like, if it resonated with you as like the Third Eye series or whatever that was. And also, yes, it is a part of like using our spiritual lens, but our spiritual lens doesn't always have to be our third eye either. That's another thing I will talk about briefly. It's like our third eye, yes, it's designated to our third eye, but I do think that the lens kind of creates this trifecta here. So your physical eyes have to also open your spiritual, but you need them to work together. You need them to work together. So the fact that there's 3 and it's a trilogy, it makes sense. And that they're all like what occurs in nature in terms of like actual colors. I mean, mid-yellow, I don't see a flower that's called, you know, the mid-yellow daisy or pansy. But, you know, like these vibrant colors that exist. And when you're able to combine them this way and you make something like that, it's beautiful. Like, I'm just like so honored to be able to share this with all of you. Like, this is just such a big deal. Like I said from the very beginning, I was terrified to put my art out there. I didn't want to. I was like, oh, I'm not very good. But it's not about that. Similar to the fact that like when you have like, when people do things for views or for numbers, like I get recommendations for videos, like how to improve your metrics. And it's like, well, once it starts becoming about metrics and stuff, then for me personally, it kind of loses a little bit of the fun in it. And I'm like, you know what? It'll grow organically how it's meant to. And thankfully, it's not something that I have to do for money. So like, I'm just having fun with it and I'm grateful that I can. And, you know, and it's sometimes the people who do it with that intention are the ones who blow up big. But, you know, even that, I'm going to reserve my time and energy for my day ones. Okay. Because I see y'all been here since the beginning and I appreciate you. So there's that. Okay. I think she's beautiful. So for the last one, I might have to do another thumbnail because I know I was doing very silly faces. Although, you know what? I'm okay showing silly faces too. Like, I love being so unconventional right now because I spent so much time like being like so focused on perfection and trying to be what everyone else or what's appeasing to everyone else that I lost myself in the process. That I'm like, you know what? If I want to take a picture and my thumbnail is going to look like this, then fine. Who's going to tell me that it's wrong, you know? Or if I wanted to just have my bun like this, let me know if that works. Like if I want to do this, why the hell not? Okay. Who gonna tell me something? Absolutely nobody. Okay. Period. I want to see that played back because I'm sure that was silly as hell. Oh, Miss Renee. Yes, I will see it right here. Espérate, let me see your nail color. Let's see. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to open everything here. Stop. Hold on. Can I have to probably do this so we can see it a little bit better. Look at. Now these hands need to hold this painting. See what I mean? Wait, hold on. Yes, they go together. Yes, they do, Miss Renee, period. Gorgina, I'm so happy that you're getting your nails done. You're doing a spa day. You deserve that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to leave her here. This is our girl. I'm so excited. It's so pretty. Like, I love it. Stop. Let's put her to the side. Let's chit chat for a little bit before I head out. Although we got time to say, honey, because we finished on time. And let me say thank you to all my brushes. So Mr. Filbert, number 8, You're so iconic, my divine masculine. Yes, my divine masculine. Let me clean you up in this nasty water and let me just dry you. Yes, there we go. Then we also use round number 3. She's cute, she's petite. She's giving, skinny legend. Yes. We love you. Thank you very much. Let's clean you up. Let's put you to bed too. Thank you. Then our flat number 10, our girl, our icon, our queen. She's like, I came to slay. Yes. Thank you very much. We love you too. I might have to bedazzle these guys. Like, what? Who's bedazzling their paintbrushes? Me. And finally, round number 7. She's medium sized. That's okay. We love all body types. Body positivity, brush positivity. Yes. Let's clean you up right here. All right. So, you guys, we did it. I can't believe it. You've been here for all of the support and love. It is so legendary, iconic. All of the words, all of the adjectives. So great. And then I get to eat some sourdough later. Who missed my sourdough today? Because I have it right here. Yes, I do. She got a nice oven spring, but I kind of didn't round her enough to be able to get like a poofy little loaf, like those cute loaves. But it's all right. It's going to be delicious. I use a rye starter, PS, which is if you're going to ever do a sourdough journey, I highly recommend doing a rye starter. It is the most foolproof. You don't get to waste anything. I think it's the best. It yields the best results. I've had my starter now, I think 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and she's thriving. She's thriving. She's great. Like, I love it. I'm so excited to have some of this bread with some butter. Yes, I'm hungry. Anyway, but yes, you guys, so let's wrap this up. Yes, I baked a sourdough this morning. I started yesterday because the weather has been good. So when it's hotter out, obviously your starter is going to rise a lot quicker, especially with the heat. But the only thing that I don't have down yet is during the bulk fermentation process. So after you make your dough, you have to let it bulk ferment. And what that means is that you basically are letting it rise. So with conventional bread that uses active yeast, the yeast is what eats all of the little sugary particles and all the things and is puffing up its chest, and it's making it very bubbly and amazing. With sourdough, it takes a little bit more time. So because of that, it's a slower process for that active yeast to be able to work through the dough, to be able to properly rise and get all those nice air pockets. So that takes a little bit more time, and that's where the fermentation comes through, and that's what gives the dough a lot of flavor. But during hot days, you want to be careful not to overproof. And granted, overproofing is kind of rare. A lot of people think that they're overproofing the dough and it ends up being fine. I don't have that much experience with sourdough. I have been working with it for 2 years on and off. One, I had a terrible oven prior to the one that we have now, and that was making it very stressful. I didn't really know how to gauge the temperatures, but bread, just like creating, it's an art and it's a feeling. So I'm learning a little bit more how to properly shape the dough to be able to get a nice rounder shape. It's still going to be delicious. It's not as, aesthetic, right? Which a lot of people want, but you know what? Aesthetic is cute for 2 seconds for a picture, and then you're going to eat it, right? So it doesn't even matter. Yes, K-Drop. Listen, I was going to ask everyone. So we've done some painting. We've done a flower crown. Should we get into the kitchen is the next question. Should we get into my baking bag? Because America's turning 250. And I definitely want to dedicate the next 2 weekends to some type of American content. It would be kind of cool to do something in the kitchen for one of them. Maybe a makeup look. So I did that flower crown makeup look for one of my shorts. If y'all like that type of stuff, let me know. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. And I have not tried to paint Melanie with the sourdough yet because I still feel like I'm trying to master how to get a proper loaf, even though it can kind of be finicky anyway. I might try it for the next one, but I would want to use like more natural stuff. So like the spirulinas, beet, what is it? Beet flour or whatever to make extracts out of like more natural things, turmeric. Because the gel food coloring will keep for the buttercreams and the cupcakes, you know, because they don't taste like nothing. Thank you. So hold on, let's see. Let's do a poll. For America, what are we going to do for America? Because look, as much as America has its things, I live here. My mother decided to, and my father decided to have children in America. So, you know what? As much as this country has its flaws, we have the freedom to be able to have these type of sessions, and you can speak freely as you can. So for America's 250 anniversary, what are we making? America. For America's 250th anniversary, what are we making? All right, so I said, get in the kitchen, and bake something. It's not letting me do it. Oh, something. All right, we're going to have to do something because this is being very sketchy. It's not letting me do it. All right, get in the kitchen. Maybe if I do this and the sign for and. How do I even do that? Oh, God. Oh, right here. Okay, and bake something. Question mark? Question mark? Or bedazzle your face. And create. Let's see. Is it gonna create or is Verizon playing with me today? Y'all don't want me to celebrate America either? Stop playing with me. Let's see if it shows up. It's loading. Yes, listen, I love to teach. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm so grateful that I can do it. Did it do it? Hi, mamma mia. What happened? Widgets. All right, create. Is Mercury retrograde already happening? I thought, oh, we're in the pre-shadow period, so I get it. Okay, I get it. I get it. All right, well, you know what? It's all right. So why don't we just do this? Put a... because Verizon Fios, what's happening? Hi, my love. What's that in your hands? That's so cute. I love that. My child, my family is here. So with that said, I'm probably going to wrap this up. Yeah, what the flower? Oh, listen, you guys want to see what I did? Look at this. It's nice, right? I got the approval from the peoples. You know what I'm saying? Yes, look, I love scratch baking. It's something I learned. I love it. It's been great to be able to do it. I think the only thing with doing a stream for something like that, because it takes a little bit longer, is figuring out a recipe or something that works that is within a good time frame and to allot for any type of like hiccups that might happen along the way. But if anything, yeah, like we can do something baking for America's 250th. The question is, what are we making? Something as good as apple pie? I know. Are you here? Can you see me still? I hope so. Otherwise, then you know what? Maybe it's a good time to end here since we finished everything. But please put a cookie in the chat if you still see me. Some type of cookie or a paintbrush, a palette, something. Let me know if I'm still talking on this internet. Because, you know, this thing is crazy. But yes. But yes, you know what? It seems like you're still here. So I'm just going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you all again for, yes, Ms. Kjara, thank you for joining me today and for the completion of our trilogy. Yes, hold on. We got to put them together again one more time for the peoples. Look at that. The trilogy is complete. Yes, I love it so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I will put something in my community post, so be sure you check that out. I have to say the YouTube things. If you're able to, please like and share. Tell your friends to come subscribe if they want to see something cool, some artistic stuff. And yeah, we'll decide I'll let you all vote on what we're going to do next time. But I appreciate all of you for spending your Saturday with me and helping me complete this. Please also be sure to check out the description for Miss Life Artist, and hopefully we can raise some funds for her as she's walking into a new chapter into her life. Miss Beautiful Life Artist, we love you. We appreciate you. I love and appreciate everyone in the chat. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much again. Love you all. Bye. Let's see how long I gotta do this. And end stream. End stream. Yes.